And let me just go. Um, first of all, has everybody downloaded the app? Because that would have been important for today. I think when we were originally going to do this, everybody was asked to have this downloaded. So if it's downloaded, I just want to show you a couple of quick things. So what is when you're out there showing property, and I know as far as myself, my buyers can look up property a heck of a lot faster than I can. I'm just not good on looking things up quick on my phone, especially MLS PIN. Even though Pinergy is set for to be conducive to your mobile app, there's still a lot of features where you might find RPR is just a couple of clicks and you're good to go. So if first of all, does everybody have this app right here? This is the app that you need, and you can get
Yes.
that from the App Store. Okay, so if you're logged in, if I did a quick, whoops, that wasn't a quick. If I just did uh, a quick hold on that, it's going to pop that up. So if you just push the app down, and it's going to pop up this box, this is going to give you a quick little a couple of clicks here, so you don't even have to go into the app. You can click on this property. So if you're in a property and you just click on this, it's going to give you all that information about that particular property. You can go to My Listings, any of your recent reports, or saved searches, and we're going to go into all of those. So let's actually just go into it now. So we have, just to go over the toolbar, there are a couple of toolbars right now. This one right up here, you have your settings. This is your search. This goes right into a map. And this is your home page. So I'm not on the home page. You'll see that it turns a shade of green. I'm thinking that's green. A shade of green. So you know you're on your home page. Your home page is going to give you what you're surrounding. There's 5 for sale where I am, 2 for lease, 37 recent closed, and 4 distressed properties. That's your home page. If I scroll to the left, just swipe, sorry, not scroll, swipe to the left, it's then going to give me medium estimated values of the area, medium listing prices, medium sales prices, listing data, medium sales prices within the last 12 months, and medium days on market in RPR. Swipe again, and this is going to give me some search functions. I can go to my listings here. Market areas, I'll show you how to set up your own market areas. Schools, keyword searches, and you can search by owner name, or you're going to change your defaults here. We're going to go into that. So those are you have 3 pages right on the front. And again, if you want to do your home page, all you have to do is click on this house and bring you back right to your home page. All right, so we have that toolbar. We have the 3 pages, and down here, if you wanted to go into your reports, go into any recent properties that you have viewed and any saved properties that you saved. Saved properties or saved searches. So if I clicked on saved, I can either look at my saved properties or my saved searches. Everything is meant to do 1 click or 2 clicks. Very, very, very simple. So I'm going to swipe over to this page here. We're going to come back to this. We will come back to this. We're going to come back to all of these. I want to go right down to change search default. So let's go into your search defaults. And when you're searching, and this is going to save it for future. So if you wanted to do it again later, you want to go back and redo your defaults. Are you looking for sale, for lease, if you want for sale and for lease in the area? Or if you're looking for just public records. How are you searching? How do you want your searches? Active or pending? Let's take out pending. We just want active for today. Do we want to include distressed properties or exclude? So these are things that you're going to decide, for yourself, obviously. You can do these for particular clients or set up your entire search default if you want. So basic, you can, figure out how many beds. Do you want just to put it to any? Do you want 2 plus? Your baths, the same thing, and price range. So today, let's bring it up to say say 400. You can search by living, and it's simple. well, let me kind of go back. Does anybody use RPR to begin with? Not just the mobile app. Does anybody use
No.
RPR? No.
Mm-mm.
Yes, I do.
So, okay. So RPR is this simple on your desktop, but it's a little bit even simpler and down to basic right on your mobile. So you can just slide the scale back and forth to whatever you want. And you can search by keywords. I'm not a fan of searching by keywords, but you can do that. I'm going to save my defaults, and that's going to set up for my search going forward or from now on. So remember, if you want anything in there, you want to make sure you go back and um, change that. So let's go back to the top here. Up here is your settings. So we want to click on your setting button, and we're going to go to your profile. This is also a super way. How many of you, other than me, go out? I'm the worst real estate agent. I go out without my business cards. So you're out there, you want to give somebody your business card, you go to your profile and you share my contact info. Sends them your business card right there. You want to make sure, though, that your contact info is correct. So you want to edit your profile and make sure you do save any changes, put in your photo, add your logo if you haven't done that yet, and make sure you save. Okay, so far so good?
Yes.
All right. Some of your user settings, and we'll come back to this a little bit later. So again, we're still in your settings, which is the gear symbol there, the logo. In your user settings, and again, this is going to search by GPS and wherever you are. So wherever you are, how far radius do you want to search? A half a mile out, a mile out? You can see that this one right here, these are defaults. So if you want to change any of these, just take your finger and slide this over. Do you want to search within a mile radius? You set your new listings. The default is for 30 days. So if you're searching on this mobile app, it's going to say new for 30 days, not like MLS PIN where it says new for 3 days. This will say new for 30 days. So do you want to change that to 14 days? You can, however you choose to do it, you can do that. You notice that there's no save feature on here. Okay, so how do you save this? Just take your finger and click and touch this over here on this spot right here, and it's going to save it. So it's a simple save. So you don't have, there's no save button in there. So if you can't find a save button, just tap anything over there. And this is not supposed to happen, but for some reason it keeps booting me out. Once you sign in, it's supposed to keep you signed in, and you shouldn't have to log in every time you open the app either. So I'm going to put a ticket into RPR and do that. So any questions so far? Setting up your
Mm-mm.
profile, setting up your searches. All right. So up here, we're going to go over here to later. And right now we're going to go into, well, let me do this. We're going to put in an address here or an area. Somebody give me, do you just want me to do my town?
Yeah.
Yell out a town.
Auburn.
Auburn. Okay, Auburn, Mass. There's an Auburn, New Hampshire. Auburn, Mass. So I'm going to pull up Auburn, Mass. Well, apparently that's too huge. Let me just I'll do Woburn, Mass. Okay, so if I just put in Woburn, because I don't know, maybe there's a lot of, if you're doing a quick search and they want a particular area, some towns have a ton of zip codes, but if you're not sure, just put in the town. So this is huge search and we're going to kind of dumb it down. So you don't have to do a huge search to begin with. You can either put in a street address, you can put in a particular zip code to narrow it down to that particular area of the town or city. So you notice that I have two right here. So obviously I have my filters on. So if you don't have many, because I did a search for the entire city of Woburn, And if it's only showing up two, then I have some filters on. So I want to go and click my filters. I want to reset all of my filters and it's going to show everything. So if you do an entire city or town search and it's not showing anything, just make sure you go down here and clear your filters or put whatever filters you want in here. Again, let's just go to filters. I don't want for lease. I only want active. I don't want pendings. Oh, let me show pendings. I'll show pendings. I want to include distressed properties. Include all property types. I don't want to include all property types. I only want single families. So this is going to narrow it down.
Mhm.
Do I want to show the open houses? Yes. This is a little down arrow. So do I want all of them? The ones today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend? I'm just going to do all. And again, I'm just going to up my price and apply filters. Obviously, I have something there. We're just going to go with that. I can take my fingers and widen that. You guys know how to um, zoom in on your phone,
Yep.
right? Okay. So right now I'm going to go over to these three buttons right here. So obviously I don't want the whole town because my client only wants North Woburn or Central Woburn or whatever. So I'm going to go to these three buttons right down here and it's going to pull up my map features. We will talk about map features a little bit more in detail in a little bit. But right now I just want to take this feature right here, which is the draw. And I want to maybe draw, I like to play with my Pictionary talents here. So I have that right here. So now it's, if I'm not really comfortable with that, so you see how it kind of narrowed it down and took everything else out. I don't really like that. I want to narrow it down a little bit more. So I want to go to my three buttons. I want to hit the drawer again. It's going to erase that. I still have the draw feature on because it's right up here. You see that I'm still in the draw feature.
Mhm.
So I think I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so now what do all of these things say? What are all of these dots? If you want to know what these dots are, go down here to this little bar right here, the little toolbar.
Yeah, Cal, come on.
Click
Come
on
with me.
that. We're going to click on that, and that's going to open up a legend to let you know what all of those are. Okay, so we're just going to go back. And you see that it has new there. So you know that's new within the last 30 days because I kept that, 15 days, I think I put that as a default. These are active pending. Oops, sorry. These, I'm pointing to my phone. You guys can't see that. These are active pending. This is new. And the two here means that there's two properties there. So if you want to widen that and find out those details. All right, so I can click on any of this. So let's just click on the new. I'm going to click on the new, and that's going to pop up the information right there for you. All right, so I can scroll through my photos just by swiping to the left. You can see that there's 26 photos, so I can look at them all. I can go back and forth, swipe to the left, swipe to the right. Okay, if I wanted to save this, which I'm going to in a second, I can do that. If I wanted to find out a little bit more information, maybe just call the agent. These three dots here, these three dots mean a lot as you go through the mobile app. I'm going to click on the three dots and it's going to turn the card over. I can create a report for this. I can save this property. I can add a note or call the agent right there. So if I want to call the agent, it's going to pop that up and which phone number do I want to call? I'm obviously not calling right now. If I wanted to add a note, I can add a note and all I have to do is tap in here and it's going to pull up my screen. Oops, sorry, I'm going to add a note. I'm going to tap in the middle and it's going to pull up my keyboard so I can type a note there. I want to save that. I can add a photo. Say I'm previewing the property for my buyers, my clients. I can maybe just take a selfie. Or, you want to take a picture of how the furniture is arranged or the pool because they really wanted to know that. And you can attach it to the report that you could send them. So you can either take a photo or select from the album. And I can add a voice memo as well. Okay, all of that. Then if I go right down here, I can create a report for that, which we're going to do in a second, or I can go back to property details. So I'm going to go back, whoops, back to the property details. Let me actually go back. I'm going to flip this over again. And if you notice that I went back to the property details and it was large, I wanted to get back to this thumbnail to show you from here. So if I did want to go to the entire listing, all I have to do is tap in here. So if I tap in here, it's going to pull up the entire listing for me. You notice this legend right here. This is if you wanted a street view. This is if you wanted an overhead view. This is if you wanted one photo at a time. And then right now you can see it's clicked on the 4 photos. So if I clicked on this one, again, I can scroll through. Or if I was on the 4 photos, it's going to show me 4 at a time. The plane is going to show me the overhead. And the street view is going to bring me down to obviously the street view.
Hey, Lisa, this is
Yes,
Rich. Is this tool available to clients or just to agents?
just to agents.
But you can do
Yep.
reports to share the
You can
information
do
with them.
reports. Yeah, we'll get that. And this is this is part of your membership. And actually, NAR was considering dropping this, which is amazing that they would even consider it because this is part of your dues. This was millions of dollars in production, and it's one of the best tools out there. And it's you don't have to pay anything additional for it. So it is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you the reports in a second. This does not take the place of your searches that those emails get sent to your clients. This is solely for you to do a search. And we'll go over some of the features in a little bit, but so the search function, you're still setting up through Zap or setting up through MLS Pin. The search function being sent, those new listings being sent to your clients is what I mean. So let's scroll down here a little bit. I can obviously call the agent. Again, it's going to pop up with the same thing. Here's, it's going to give me all the description, any additional information, nearby comps, the whole thing. If I wanted prior transactions, so here's your public records right there. Here are your schools. Even gives you an AARP livability score. And again, I'm going to scroll down, see all this information. Appliances and so forth. One of the kind of neat things here, I'm going to scroll back up. You notice these two right here, this is going to give me driving directions. And whatever GPS that you have or map feature that you have on your phone, that's what it's going to go with. So if I click on that one, it's going to give me whatever direction. So it's hooking up to my map function on my cell phone. And you notice right up here, whoops, you can't see it here. If you can see this, you can't see it with that toolbar there, but it says back to RPR. I'm going to click on that, so it's going to go right back to RPR. Let me just close my. We've got competing phones here. All right. This right here is going to give me a traffic score. I'm not sure there'll be any traffic scores. There isn't any on this one right here, but it gives me a traffic score, and I'll show you that a little bit later on the map feature. Right, so we're going back here. And if I want to go back or do a report on this, I am down here. I can save this, or I can call the agent here. Let's just do a save. So I clicked on this button because this is your save function. So I want to save this property. I can either save this with the custom name or with the default address. So right now, which is the address of the property. So I'm going to save it just as the address of the property. I'm going to go back to the map. And let's look at, so now you see that I've saved that. So that's a property that I want in my report for later. So I will show you that. I'm going to click on another one over here and, oops, I'm clicking on another, well, that's a rental. I kept rentals in there. Let's click on this one. This one happens to be pending. This is a multifamily. Sorry. What I want to do is I want to come down here and save this, and I want to save it as a custom name. So this is where you're saving the search now. So if I want to save a search for, I don't know, the Michael family, that's where I'm going to put in that custom search. So now I can add to that search, or I can pull that search up later, and I will show you where those searches are in reports. Let's go back here. Whoops. So let me go. Well, I'm going to go down here to recent just because I went back too much, and I want to look at my properties again. So I want to look at this. This is where if you go back one too many, this is what you can do. Go down there to the recent and get back to where you were. So I want to make a report on this one. So I want to go down here to reports. And what kind, it's going to ask me what kind of report do I want? A property report, seller's report, mini report. Let's just do a mini report. Okay, here, now, if anybody is using RPR, you know RPR has a ton of pages on their report function. So do you need all of that? No. So I would take a little bit and go in here and see what you want. Do I want the subject property summary? Maybe. Property values? Maybe. Do I want the homeowner facts? I might not want to send that to my client, so I'm going to click no. Do I want the AARP? No. Do I want property comparison charts? Maybe. Again, the subject property, 2 photos, 2 pages, or sorry, 2 pages. Do I want to include my notes? Depending on what you wrote. So just be careful on what you wrote that you remember to either include or not include. Public records, listings. Do I want all of this in there? Yes, I do. So once I pick what I want, I'm going to go up here to next. And I can either download this report or I can email this report. It's your choice. So what do you want to do? If I go over here to email, you're going to enter in your prospect's email address, and I can send a CC a copy to myself as well. If you're like me and I can't remember everybody's email address off the top of my head, if your prospects are in your phone contact list, I don't know if you guys do this, but when you get a contact, just so you know when they're calling you, that name pops up, put their email address into that contact list, because all I have to do is go over here to this plus sign and it's going to pull up my contact list in my phone. And I can just click whoever contact I want. It's going to go right in there. And I'm going to click Get Report. I'm actually going to download this, and I'm going to click Get Report.
Lisa,
So, yes.
can you just add it right in there from when you're in there? Like if you're doing the report, can you just add the email then? Or do you have to put it into your contacts?
No, you can just add the email in then. Absolutely. Yep. I was just saying that if you're like me and I can't remember somebody's email address, the easy way is if it was in your contact list. But no, you can add it right in there.
Thank you.
So do I want to create more lists, more reports, view my recent reports, or right now I'm just going to exit the report? And it's actually, I can go view it, I can share it from here and add another report. I can add some more notes to this, whatever I would like. So, questions so far? Nope, good.
All good in the chat too.
All right. Okay, so we did created reports. We'll go back and get those reports. As you see, your report is ready now. My mini report for 39 Park Street, Woburn. I can download it or I'll review it later. So I'm just going to click I'll review it later. We'll go in and check that out later. And how to do that is I can go to reports down here. All right, so next, what do we want to do? Let's go into our, again, we're going to go into our map feature. This search button right here, that's the common logo for searching. If I click that, it's going to bring me back to this page. So if I was on any other page and I click that, it's going to bring me back to that search page. So again, these are all my search functions. Do I want to go into my listings? And it's every listing that you have. If I clicked on my listing, and I only have one, sorry, that's going to take me right over there. Schools again. So what do we want to do? So right now I want to go to this feature right up here. Whoops. This feature right up here, which is the map search. And I want to bring in that. Let's try Auburn again. See if I can get that. Did I spell it right? I did spell it right, right? Massachusetts. Filters. It's not pulling it up. Worcester County. Huh. Right. What about another town? Shoot out another town. We'll just do Billerica. Are you guys still there?
I tried. It won't pull
Yeah.
up Auburn.
Auburn is not pulling up, huh?
I know.
I don't know why. All right, so we're pulling in Billerica. All right, now I want to go down here to the three buttons. This is your map toggle button. Just make that a little bit smaller. So I want to click that. We already did draw. I can look at parcels. Schools we'll do in a little bit. Map view, traffic, travel time, which is awesome. And if Daisy's still listening, I know she's in her little bunny suit over there. That's a great time because people want to be a half hour away from work or an hour away from work or whatever. Distance and reload here. So let's go into parcels. If I go into parcels, it's going to bring it and narrow it in. I can scroll with my finger to any of these parcels and it kind of defines it. Again, don't take this for gospel, as you know, any of that. So you want to make sure, these are not defining the property lines, but it's giving you a good idea. Okay, so what do I want to do? So sorry, it took a little bit for my phone to populate. So these are the properties and these are the property values because RPR gives you property values on anything that you pull up. So if I go into parcels, oops.
Daisy's excited about the traffic feature. She's going to use it.
I figured she would be.
And Erica's a little worried that they might get rid of it now. And if we need to start a petition, we can, because we love the app.
All right, hold on one second. Why is that? Well, I'll come back to this because it's not. All right, anyway, we're going to go back. So that's the parcel. I'm going to take the parcel off and it'll show you that it's off now. So what else do I want to do? On the parcels, it will show you overhead. It'll give you a hybrid. And for some reason, my thing was not coming up. So I will look into that. I've already got my list going over to RPR. We're going to get into schools in a minute, but let's just go to map view over here. Oh, here it is. Street View Satellite Hybrid. That's what I was looking for. So you can go to Street View Satellite and Hybrid. Any one of those. All right, let's go to traffic.
Lisa, just a quick question. How are
Yep.
you getting the property values on there? Are they
RPR comes with the property values automatically. So if you're an RPR fan, when you open up RPR and you put in an address, it's going to come up with an AVR, which is an automated value report, and that's just a function and a feature of RPR.
I mean, on
Our
the map, on your sample there, there's all property values. I'm following along on my phone and it's not showing the values.
give it time to populate. Oh, I see. It's just not showing your values. Maybe scroll in a little bit more. Maybe zoom in a little bit more. It should be there, Erica. So we'll check that out.
Okay. Oh, there it is. You had to do redo
Okay.
area.
And sometimes it might have to scroll in a little bit to see that as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Oops. All right, I want to get rid of that. I want to go to traffic. It's not giving me any, and sometimes this won't give you some traffic counts in the area. This does work, especially in heavier areas, but sometimes it doesn't work depending on the area. So let's go to travel time. Am I looking to walk or drive? You can once you know what you're doing, you can say, don't show this again, but I'm just going to say, okay, got it. Do I want walk time or drive time? I actually sold a property last year that one of the parties did not drive. So we always had to do a walk time. How far is it from that particular house to the nearest bus stop? So this walk time was awesome. So let's do drive time. And you can set a time. I know for particular for Daisy, what time do you want to do it on a Monday morning? Because different times have different drive times. So if you're in the middle of rush hour, or if you're going to be traveling at noontime. So Monday morning at 8 a.m. What is the drive time? And how far do you want to be? 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes? I'm going to apply. Come on. And that's pretty far out. So 50 minutes from this particular area that I'm at, that's the area that you could look in. So it gives you, a really good estimate of what town. So I can expand to Wilmington, Tewksbury, Burlington, maybe up to Lowell, over to Chelmsford for my drive time, for 50 minutes or 20 minutes drive time. So let's X out of that. I want to go back to my 3 dots. Distance. How far do I want to be 1 mile from my work location? Okay, got it. So 1 mile, 3 miles, and this is going to take you all the way up to 25 miles. But maybe I want to be 5 miles within where I want to be. And it's going to populate how many listings are in that particular area. Questions. This button up here also is just a, what is it, compass? So if I click on that, it's going to, so wherever my phone is pointing right now, that's the direction that I'm at. So if I click on it again, it's just going to bring me back so I'm looking at it straight on, as if you were opening up a regular map.
The pink buttons that say open, are those open houses coming up?
Those are open houses. Yep. So if I click on that, I'm going to open it up all the way. There's an open house on 123 this weekend. Looks like it's an hour and a half. All clients welcome, wearing masks inside home, and you may have to wait outside. Are you guys seeing that? I saw that this past weekend. The agents are making people wait outside again. Of course, the coldest time of the year. You guys seeing that again?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it, Lisa.
Sometimes. The last one was a free-for-all, actually. They had like 10 people at a time, so it was quite the opposite. So
Yeah.
I've seen it both ways.
Last weekend was the coldest year. What was it? 2 degrees out and the wind was below zero. So here's the key. I got myself some heated gloves. They were awesome. That's every realtor should have those. All right. So where are we now? Questions. We did the maps. Any questions on the map search? Any questions on
No.
searching? Nope. Okay. So let's just go. I'm going to pick one. Where are we? This one here that's a public record. 196 Groton Road. Let's look at that one. That one is on the market. Oh no, sorry about that. I left my closed in there. Oh, and you see up here, obviously closed, whatever. Let's pick this one. Oh, this happens to be one of our listings. So let's look at this. I'm going to scroll down on here. In here, I'm going to create a comp analysis. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to pop up my listing information on my subject property. Do I want to make some changes? I'm going to click on this. I can make some changes here that no, there's really 4 bedrooms or there's really only 2 bedrooms or what the case may be. I'm going to make changes. I don't want to make any changes, so I'm going to go up here and click on next. So this is going to show me what's available in that particular area that I can use within 1 mile of my subject property. So do I want to use these properties? So I want to go to, and my filters, I put everything in here. So closed, you might want to limit it to just closed. So here's one, is in Westford. We know we're not going to choose Westford because it's not in Chelmsford, so we don't want that one. To get, I don't know if I said this, but to get this off, I'm just going to click anywhere up here and this will go back to that. That's how to get rid of that. So let's look at, am I still in? I'm in North Chelmsford. So just for the heck of it, I am going to pick this one. Right down here, I'm going to add that to my comps. So I can add anything to my comp list by just clicking from here. Okay, or if I go up here to this list, I'm going to get out of the map view and it's going to list it for me. And then right down here is add to comps. So do I want to add that to the comp? Do I want to add this to the comp? And I'm just picking them, obviously. Do I want to add that to the comp? Or the ones that I had added, do I want to remove from my comps? So I have 4 comps added, and I'm okay with that right now. So I'm going to click next. It's going to be side by side. So it's a typical report. Fairmont Street, North Chelmsford, 196 Groton Road, North Chelmsford. Again, like RPR, if you haven't used RPR, I can slide this. How does this compare to the subject property? It's a little bit worse than my subject property, or it's a little bit better than my subject property. This just, when it's blue, when this is blue, it just means it's the same. Everything is identical. So again, do I want to move this? And how do I want to move it? And how do I want it in my report? Just because I chose them in the list randomly, maybe I want 8 Doral Drive in North Chelmsford first. So I am going to click this down arrow and I'm going to put it first in my list. Come on. And it switched it to, so it'll show up first in my list. I'm done with making changes and I'm going to click next. Whoops, I hit my home button, didn't I? We might have to start this over again. Sorry about that. Watch fat fingering. That's the only thing. My comp, because I didn't save it as I went through. So I'm just going to pick them. I'm going to do my list, add to comp, add to comp. Just going to change, keep everything there and hit next. So now this is going to come to what do I want to price it with? Am I keeping it based on what I chose? So 554, 560, and range between 496 and 627. Well, I clearly probably want to change that. So I'm going to hit that little pencil and I can enter my own value up there. $1 million, I think it should be. And I can put a range down here. 500 to $1 million. Is there enough zeros in there? I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit save. And now I can get my report. It's generating my report. I'm going to hit exit as I'm waiting for it to generate. So that's going to take a little bit to generate. It'll pop up on your screen when you're all set to generate. Questions so far? And anytime you didn't have, like I did the back arrow, anytime you want to go back to the main screen, just hit this. That'll take you back to the main screen no matter where you are. So while we're waiting for that to generate, let's go into reports. I have already gone into recent and I've gone into saved. Actually, let's just go into save. So I have my searches and my properties. If I want to unsave any of these, like I'm with my buyer and I want to unsave any of these, all I have to do is go over here and down here, click on that again, and that's removed from save. I'm going to go to my back arrow.
I have a question, Lisa.
Sure.
Does RPR allow you to create a driving route? Because I know that's one thing that I've always found helpful and useful. I mean, I just do it on Google now, but do they do that at all?
They do not. However, you should use Showing Time for that. So Showing Time has this awesome driving route. A lot of people do not use it, but it's you can put in. So if you are showing 5 properties to one client or whatever time you can set it up. So when you're in Showing Time, you put it in and put add to cart. So when you add it to the cart, so you're not doing individual showings at the time you add it to the cart. So now you go and click on and see my download is ready. I'm going to view it later. So you want to add it to the cart and then you can go and view your cart and you can actually on Showing Time move it around. So it'll give you the smart route version.
Okay, very good. I'll look at that. Thank you.
Yeah. The other thing is if say you're showing 5 properties and one property is not through Showing Time, Showing Time gives you the capability of adding that in to your driving. So it still will give you that. So it really is an awesome feature. So you should check that out.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So again, I'm going to click on recent. We've done this. So recent properties, searches, reports, or notes. I think I have one note, which is just gibberish I just wrote down. If I want to go back and view anything. Properties. These are all the properties that I've viewed in the last few days. So I don't have to go back and research again. So if I'm with somebody or you know, I showed the property yesterday, I'm talking to them today, I'm on my phone, I'm not on my computer. Do I want to pull up Pinergy? I can go right here because I already looked at it on my mobile app and I can just pull it up under recents. I have all my searches. What did I search? Auburn. We tried to search Auburn, so I don't know. We'll have to look at that. I can go into my reports. And again, the notes. So here are all my reports, seller reports, mini reports. I just did a bunch of samples the last few days just to have in my search here. And you notice this is a seller report. This is a mini report. This is an activity report. Not that you're going to remember these, but they did categorize them by that. So, and whoops, I can't click on that. They should have a feature that I could click on this. So I'm going to go back to my reports, but I am going to hit this back arrow. And I'm going, well, we were actually in reports. I'm going to go down to reports. This again, if I just wanted a neighborhood report, because, oh, I have to go back and show you schools. I forgot to show you schools. So if I just wanted a neighborhood report, just to show the neighborhood, I'm going to click on that. And again, no, so I can look at all the neighborhood housing stats, the neighborhood people stats and charts. Again, this is not discriminatory. It just goes into median ages and things like that. Economic stats and charts. And again, click next. I'm going to download. I'm going to get report. I just want to exit reports. So let's go back to recent, sorry. And we are going to go into reports. So you see that this is finalizing that report, that neighborhood report that I just did. So if I clicked this one, I can view that report. I can share this report. So here's where I'm going to share. Before sharing, realtors should make sure you're in compliance. Continue. And who am I going to share that with? Ooh, Kathy, I'm going to share it with you. So you're going to get that report. You can email it, you can text it, whatever you would like. And it's as simple as that. Questions on sharing reports, creating reports, doing searches, doing a quick CMA. Now we went through it quick where, yeah, it was about 45 minutes or so. So my report is ready. It showed me that my report is ready. I'll just view it later because I'm in here. And now I can view that report. I can make changes. I can add any notes. So if I viewed this report now, this is what this is going to look like. It's a whole report. And you literally did it in seconds. And how cool do you look to your clients by doing that?
Kathy said she already received it. It looked great.
Awesome. Comes branded to you. Just make sure you go in at the beginning to over here and make sure you update your profile. That's the main thing. Make sure your logo is in there. Make sure your photo is in there. Make sure your information is all set, because this is the perfect way to share your contacts. Right here, share my contact info. And I don't know if anybody has those new things where you have your phone instead of business cards that it just shares with people. But if you don't have that, you don't have your business cards. You're coming in here to your mobile app and sharing your contact info, and it goes right in. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with Kathy again. And Kathy, this is, I know you already have me in your contact list, but this will go right into your contact list. Questions? So what do you think? Something that you will use? Something you find helpful?
I think it's
Yeah,
Go ahead.
definitely helpful.
I like it. I've used some of the RPR technology on the computer, and I think of all the technologies I've seen, they're typically much better than any of the other people that write technology. So it's horrifying to think if they're actually thinking of killing their software, because they're the best software I've seen in the real estate business.
Oh, by far. Absolutely. That was one of the best things that they did. And I think now RPR has been around for, I'm going to say 10 years or so.
Yeah, I love using it, and their customer service is awesome. And I use it often when I'm at showings, because I show a lot of clients like the parcels. They want to know how far back just the way. I mean, it's a really great tool.
Yep, it really is. Over here, I forgot to do this. Market, oh, in schools. Let me go into those two. So market areas, let's look at this. I've already set mine up, so you can look at your market areas, North Billerica, but to set yours up, just do that down arrow on market areas, and there's a add or delete a market area. So if I just click on that and I want to delete Wakefield, yes, delete. Now it's off. If I want to add something, I put in the town or the zip code, and I can add that there and hit save. There was one, let's go over here. So I'm going to go into the map. I'm going to put my little 3 dots there and schools. Do I want to look at the nearby schools or full school search? Let's just look at the nearby schools. I don't know what's around me right now. Ooh, a lot are around me right now. About the school data, it's going to give you a little bit of legal mumbo jumbo there. How do I want to sort it? Do I want to sort it by school name, school rating, or proximity? Again, you want to be the source of the source. So if you're sending this report to somebody, just make sure that they are following up with whatever they need to follow up with. This is the map. Do I want to go to the list? So I want to look at the list. And it's sorted because I put in by rating. So A plus, B. So that's the sort. And what was the other thing? Oh, market areas and schools. Any other questions, do you think? Anything there's more on the seller CMAs we can get into. There's a lot more on that, but I just wanted to get down to the down and dirty, the basic search functions and the map search, which is awesome.
I just have one question, Lisa. How do you get to your contacts from the main screen here?
So if you're sending a report out, let's go to my recent. I'm going to go to my recent. I want to go to my reports. So if I want to share this report here,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, to
I thought you said that it shares contact or it saves a contact list in here somewhere.
no. So are you talking about when you were creating the report and I showed that little plus button, or when I'm trying to share the report itself? So I downloaded all of these. So if I want to create a report, let's see, if I want a neighborhood report, next.
Yep.
So if I go over here, this is what you were talking about, right? So instead of downloading and sharing later, I want to email. Is that what you were talking about?
Okay. Yeah, I thought you mentioned it made it seem like it keeps contacts in the program. No, you said, Kathy, I know you're one of my contacts.
Yes, Kathy's one of my contacts anyway.
App.
Yeah. So nope. If I clicked this button right here,
Yeah.
it's going to bring up my phone contacts. So who's ever in my phone contacts. And when I did this report, whoops, sorry. If I did this report, let me hit that. If I did this report and just wanted to send this out, sorry, let me go to recent. I want to go to report. So if I just want to send this out and I hit share right here,
got it.
That's just going to pull up again my here. But those are the people right there. So if I just wanted to mail somebody,
yep,
email, not mail, it will just pop up that.
You have one more question from Kathleen in the chat. Does the mobile app and the desktop version sync so I can see reports that I generated in the mobile app?
Yes.
Good question. And I think we've hit an hour. We might want to wrap it up.
Yeah, good.
So this is fascinating.
Cool. One of my, again, I think there's a, let's see. There was one more thing and I didn't write it down to tell you, so I can't remember. Oh, up here, residential, commercial. If you're looking for specific commercial, you want to toggle that over. because it has really an awesome commercial feature as well. I know most of us are strictly residential, but if you are looking for any commercial or happen to be, they're really on both the mobile app and the desktop app has an awesome commercial feature. All right. Well, thanks for playing with us today.
Very
This
nice
was
job.
great.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Lisa. And if you
Thank
guys
you.
have any
Love the app.
questions,
Thank
I'm-
you. Great.
I'm going to post the video in our Facebook group. And Lisa, if you don't mind checking just to see if anyone has questions as they think about this through the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you guys learned something, and sure, absolutely.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks,
Thank
guys. Nice
you.
seeing you all.